Hello, hello, hello. You're watching the Queen Diva YouTube channel, and I'm Queen Diva. This is your update for my PhD journey. I am on week number 2 for course number 3 in my PhD program. I am studying at National University in the education department. My subject is curriculum and teaching. And this is the first class in the actual curriculum and teaching subject matter that I started last week. I got my first grade, I got an A, and also I made the D's list. Well, of course I would. I had a 3.8. I initially had a 4.0, but because my last class I got a 92. My first class I got a 100, and the second class I got a 92, which is a minus. I don't know what's this grading, but I got an A minus, and so that brought down my GPA to a 3.8, which isn't bad, but it's not a 4.0. But I'm getting back on track, believe that. So the first grade that I got, I turned in what's it called? A reflective essay, which I had never done before. And my professor, she loved it. She loved it. She gave me some great feedback, and she really appreciated my honesty about the subject matter. We had to talk about just pick a time in school, like either primary school or secondary school, and just how we thought about the teachers teaching and the various techniques that she told us to concentrate on. And I decided to choose my high school years. And she loved it. She loved it. So I haven't really looked at the assignment is due on Sunday. I was going to look at that tonight. But it's the one I did last week, I had to do, excuse me, the one I did last week was a reflective essay. This week I have to do, I'm sorry, I'm 2 weeks behind. The first week was a reflective essay. She absolutely loved that. The second week I just turned in on Sunday was an actual diagram on issue. You had to pick an issue, a trend, and how it all correlates. And so the issue that I chose was technology on education. And how we're using AI, how we're using blogs and podcasts and different things in teaching and using the technology. So that was kind of fun. That was kind of fun putting that diagram together. And she wanted us to do an audio to that. So I added my audio to the actual slide. And now this week I do it again, make another diagram and add audio to the slide. But I don't know the details. I haven't read through it, but I'm going to read through it tonight before I go to sleep. So far, so good. I am really, really, really enjoying this program. I totally fell in love with my last professor only because he was tough on me, and he really stretched me as a writer. So far, we haven't really got that many writing assignments for this curriculum class. We just had a reflective essay, and then because this is a curriculum class, so I don't think it's so much writing involved. It's more so putting together a curriculum to teach, your students, whatever students you are. And in this program, they're teaching K through 12. I ideally want to teach college students. I want to be a professor at a prestigious university. And I'm hoping that as soon as I graduate and get this PhD, that I really would like a full-time position, but that's kind of, a challenge when you're just coming out of school. But I'm going to work really hard and just, really do some great, outstanding things. I know for me, I've been researching for years on how, I've been researching for years how to be a professor. And one of the things now, especially now, it wasn't always the case before, but now you must have a PhD. You can't just have a doctorate in education, and you can't just have a master's or an MBA. You really got to have a PhD in whatever your specialty is going to be. And you also need to know how to write grants and how to bring in money to your department. So my next goal, and it doesn't really have to do with my PhD, but it is a goal that I really want to set for myself. I want to learn how to do grant writing. I've been dodging and dipping and diving on it for many years, and I've been working with a lot of different nonprofits. And that's been the one thing that's been kind of slowing me up, working with other nonprofits and just things for myself as an artist, as a performer, as an executive producer of live tributes, is funding. There is a lot of money out there. There really, really is. You just have to look for it. And if you don't know where to look or how to write the specific wording that they're looking for, because it really is an art form to grant writing. And so that's something I really want to just dive right into in 2025 because I want to learn how to get money. How do you get funding? And I'm in the arts. I do music, R&B, soul, gospel. I do hip hop lectures and um, hip hop lectures and panels and things like that. And so you need funding to pay for these people to come and speak on the panel and to go to different places. And you really need the funding. And there is money because these are art forms. These are actual genres that was created many, many years ago and that are still, every time we're doing something, we're preserving it and keeping the legacy alive. And so there's money for it. You just have to look for it. And then when you find it, you got to make sure that you've written everything out. Have all your I's dotted, your T's crossed, all the information that you're going to talk about, what you're doing, how you're doing it, where the money's going to go, and allotting every dime, where does it go to? I wasn't planning to talk about this. But it all comes together because I truly want to be a professor and I want to teach students. I want to inspire students. I want to engage them to do their best and to be their best. And what better way to do that than to become a professor and also get funding for the department so we can get people to come through and talk. We can get equipment that we may need, get different programs that we can use. So that's where my heart is. I mean, I really, truly, I'm a musician first and foremost, and I want music education in America to be a little, stepped up just a little bit. I chose to do education instead of music education because I didn't want to study classical. My thing is, not everybody's going to be a classical singer. Yes, it's great for a foundation. It really is because I studied. I was a voice major, and I studied classical for 4.5 years, and I'm really glad that I did. But I really longed and yearned for someone to teach me R&B, teach me soul, teach me blues and jazz, and gospel. I really yearned for that, but I didn't know how to articulate it. And then they didn't have anyone to teach it. And so the only thing that they could teach us was classical music. They could have done music business and recording. We just didn't have the funding. I went to Prairie View A&M University and I went back in the mid to late 80s. So around that time, we had some extraordinarily talented musicians that came in and out of Prairie View. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough funding to actually mold and shape us in the direction that we could actually make a living with. Because even those that, walked out of there with certificates to teach, a lot of music programs in public schools are being cut. So what do you do then? So I would like to get African American music studies in colleges and universities all over the country in America and then all over the world. And to show them different ways that you can make money, make a living as a musician. Because everybody's not going to make money as a classical musician, especially, musicians of color. So this is all part of my PhD journey, and I'm so happy that you're following me. If you love what you're watching, please click the like button and also share and subscribe. I finally got to 300 subscribers. I'm still on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I would love your help. Please share with someone who is on a PhD journey or maybe thinking about it. I would love to inspire and encourage anyone to keep going no matter how old you are. Until next time.